Let us learn about the feast of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, September 8. The Catholic Church celebrates the birth of the Blessed Virgin Mary on September 8. The Church has celebrated Mary's birth since at least the 6th century. A September birth was chosen because the Eastern Church begins its church year with September. The September 8 date helped determine the date for the Feast of the Immaculate Conception on December 8. The circumstances of the Virgin Mary's infancy and early life are not directly recorded in the Bible, but other documents and traditions describing the circumstances of her birth are cited by some of the earliest Christian writers from the first centuries of the Church. These accounts, although not considered authoritative in the same manner as the Bible, outline some of the Church's traditional beliefs about the birth of Mary. The Proto-Evangelium of James, which was probably put into its final written form in the early 2nd century, describes Mary's father Joachim as a wealthy member of one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Joachim was deeply grieved, along with his wife Anne, by their childlessness. He called to mind Abraham. The early Christian writing says that in the last day God gave him a son, Isaac. Joachim and Anne began to devote themselves extensively and rigorously to prayer and fasting, initially wondering whether their inability to conceive a child might signify God's displeasure with them, and they were blessed. An angel revealed to Anne when he appeared to her and prophesied that all generations would honor their future child. The Lord has heard your prayer, and you shall conceive and shall bring forth, and your seed shall be spoken of in all the world. Joachim and Anne loved God very much, and they were filled with gratitude to God for the gift of a child. They raised Mary as a child of God, teaching her to love and serve God. When the angel Gabriel told Mary that she had been chosen to be the mother of Jesus, she already had great faith in God. Her strong faith and trust allowed her to say yes to God's plan for her. Saint Augustine described the birth of the Blessed Virgin Mary as an event of cosmic and historic significance and an appropriate prelude to the birth of Jesus Christ. She is the flower of the field from whom bloomed the precious lily of the valley, he said. Mary was born to be the mother of the Savior of the world, the spiritual mother of all men and the holiest of God's creatures. Because of her Son's infinite merits, she was conceived and born immaculate and full of grace. The 4th century bishop, whose theology profoundly shaped the Western Church understanding of sin and human nature, affirmed that through her birth, the nature inherited from our first parents is changed. The Blessed Virgin occupies a unique place in the history of salvation, and she has the highest mission ever commended to any creature.